Hi guys, it's HJ Reviews here, and I'm back again, reviewing Tokyo Ghoul, like I said I would. Bit late, I know, I just woke up and I found out a chapter was released. I honestly don't know whenever these things come out, so if somebody has like a schedule or something that you could maybe give me a link to on the comments or something like that, I would really be happy with that, because I just sometimes log on randomly and check the internet and just try to check if they have the new chapter uploaded every now and then. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just kind of doing this right now as a hobby, just for a bit of fun, but yeah, I'm kind of clueless. But anyways, I really enjoyed this chapter today, and I want to get into it, so yeah, probably start at the start. So I just wanted to fucking say, man, I mean, I've realised something about Tokyo Ghoul, right? In this manga, there's so many freaking perverts. Like, you have this new guy, Shikure, I think he's called Shikure, and then you have Torso, and you have the likes of Jason. And Jason isn't really a pervert in the sense that he pries on women, but I think what he did to Kaneki was pretty perverted, in a way. Like, I mean, if it was a manga that we were fucking reading, and it was fucking real life, I reckon Jason would fucking just like yeah, this is just don't judge me for saying this, but Jason would be fucking beating the meat, so to speak, if this wasn't a manga and we didn't have to see it. Realistically, that's the kind of person Jason would be, I think, in this situation, and that's how it's implied, because he looks pretty happy, and it's obviously a manga, so we can't have that much of explicit references to how much he was enjoying it. But really, I think Jason was really fucking, there was something perverted about what he was doing to Kaneki, back maybe like so many chapters ago, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I mean, like, so many fucking creeps. Like, you got Torso, this new guy Shikure, and I've just realised that there might be some other guys too that I'm kind of forgetting about. Like, Tsukiyama was a bit eccentric in his sexual ways as well. But like, there's so many freaking perverts. I just wanted to say that. I just kind of realised that, and these guys are like the worst, man. Like, all of these kind of creeps, all these sexual predators and motherfuckers. Because I mean, what they do is fucking deplorable and horrible, and yeah, I really feel bad for women having to deal with that, and obviously men have to deal with that too, from women, and other men, but that's obviously to a much lesser extent, I'd say. But women definitely have, like, I'd say it happens to a man might get fucking like sexually predated by by like a woman only sometimes, but definitely women get a lot of creeps way more than a man does. Women get fucking creeps coming at them so often, and it's fucked up. And then obviously, if you see a girl at a party or whatever, and you go to approach her and then you say hi and stuff, she'll be a bit awkward at first because of these fucking creeps out there who make it so hard for the rest of us kind of normal dudes out there trying to just speak to somebody, basically, because of all these kind of creeps and perverts out there who just make everything more difficult for us, because then women are kind of a bit creeped out whenever they're approached sometimes, because they because of these kind of creepy people. But that's a bit of a rant over it. That was just something I was kind of thinking. And yeah, back to the rest of this. So yeah, after that we see Kane and what's his name? Uri. I don't know how I forgot that. Uri, I've been reading like 41, 42 chapters with his name in it, but I'm kind of really sleepy today. I've had a bad sleep, and I'm kind of really just forgetful, so just, I don't know how I forgot that, but I did. And yeah, so we see Yuri, and he lets go of Kane, actually, I'm not really sure how Kane got out. I think he uses Kagani to maybe get out of that, or maybe Uri just messed up. But you know, I don't think Uri would mess up like that. You know, he's definitely on the ball most of the time. You know, he might be a bit weaker than some of the other investigators, but whenever it comes to like practical capabilities, you know, that guy's kind of just, he's kind of got it under control whenever it comes to common sense, at least, and psychology. Sorry. Then we see Shirazu, who definitely doesn't have like his psychology mastered, because he's still a bit creeped out about the Nutcracker Kincaid kind of job. I think, you know, he's kind of just hesitating. He's kind of a bit out of his zone, and you know, that goes back to what I was saying in the last chapter. Whenever I said, I'm not sure, you know, if he's cut out to be a ghoul investigator. Like, I'm just thinking this could be a bit of interesting, you know, character development. Like, he might become more sympathetic towards the ghouls, perhaps later on, maybe, like, or something like that, or maybe this character development will lead to nothing. But we're definitely getting a lot of hints here, you know, about Shirazu, at least, you know, being a bit creeped out about the CCG's actions. Like, in particular, there was the bit about him saying, you know, whenever Shiki Kijima, he was torturing the ghouls, and he was saying, you know, we're gonna kill all the ghouls anyway, and then he like kind of looked a bit disgusted by the fact that he said that, and then, you know, we see him kill a Nutcracker, and he looks horrified, and then whenever he sees her Kincaid, he looks horrified, and whenever he pulls his Kincaid out in this fight against Kane, he looks horrified, and then even in this chapter he looks horrified. So they're definitely hinting at something with Shirazu going on here, you know. And I did delve into that in my last review a wee bit. Like, I covered other paths that could possibly take, but I can't really remember them off the top of my head. My memory is really kind of fucked up right now, so please, you know, you just have to try and bear with me, please. Yeah, then after Kane gets away, we see Uri coming down, you know, to save Mutsuki, and I was really impressed with Uri, you know, going in to save Mutsuki straight away here, because, well, he looked pretty cool doing it. You know, I have to say, like, that little manga panel showing him, like, protecting her, or him, you know, I'm not really sure about Mutsuki's gender. I don't think anybody is at this point. But, you know, he goes in to save her, and, sorry, him. Yeah, shit, sorry, I think he's a... sorry. So he goes in to save him, and basically he looked really cool doing that, I just have to say. And definitely an improvement, because before he might have just fucking left Mutsuki and went for that ghoul, or, you know, ran off to chase Kane to try and get some promotion or some shit. And it just goes to show, you know, Yuri's really caring about his teammates, and a bit more, I think, anyway. And this could be some good development, you know, for Uri, I'm thinking. And then we also see later on sorry, just some right down you. We see Kaneki fucking mastering his Kakuja, beating up like all these ghouls, you know, he's like vastly outnumbered, and he's using the fucking Kakuja for the first time, and that was just fucking amazing. Like, I think everyone's so bloody happy about that. Like, wow, he's definitely going to become a lot more stronger now, Sasuke, with that. And maybe that means Kaneki's accepting Sasuke a bit more, which is a development for Kaneki and Sasuke, I guess, in a way. And he just looked like a beast, pulling out the Kakuja, destroying all these ghouls. And yeah, everyone fucking enjoyed that. Then next we have the you know, Psycho and this creepy guy again, and he gets wrecked by Floppy, who I think is Amon at this stage, and just runs away quickly. So I was glad Psycho got away unharmed, because I was kind of a bit worried, to be honest, you know, if anything like fucked up was going to happen to her, like she was going to get abducted and we we're going to get another Kaneki on Jason part 2, because these white suit boys they're all nasty pieces of work. They really are. Then we see Eto. She's I think watching a scene, which actually was kind of reminiscent of the non-canon Tokyo Ghoul Re, where you know, we were kind of, you know, seeing her look after Kaneki or watching him, and I can't remember if that happens in the manga or not. Back in Tokyo Ghoul, you know, Eto was looking out for Kaneki, but you know, I know that definitely happened in Route A, and we could fucking see Kaneki x Eto, which would be freaking. Nah, we're probably not going to see Kaneki x Eto, but that would be just bomb, because it would be so unexpected, like out of the blue. But it has been hinted of subtly a bit. But I mean, if Eto had joined in that fight, definitely the Q squad would have definitely been eradicated. There's no doubt about it. Eto would eviscerate them all instantaneously. She would just fucking wreck them all. So yeah, she was just watching Kaneki. Maybe she likes Kaneki. Probably not though, because I just could not see that working in the flow of the manga. Would be pretty cool for a plot twist though. Like, I don't think anyone's expecting Kaneki and Eto to get together. Then after that we see basically Shu Tsukiyama walking into the. This is the best part of the chapter, by the way, for me, and I'm sure you too. You know, you love this shit too, right? Tsukiyama walking into the coffee shop, the new antics, Re, and he's like speaking in French. Like, oh fuck it, I love Tsukiyama speaking in French. It's just so so eccentric of him, so funny of him to do so, because like, it's just he's such a cool character, you know, he's crazy. And then he comes in and he's like, you know, Kirishima-san, and that reminded me of the Tsukiyama fight in the anime that I saw a while back, because I was watching that a couple of days ago actually, just because the first anime anyway for Tokyo Ghoul was fucking amazing, but the Route A, I liked it for what it was, but definitely not as good as the manga, but the anime was on par. So then what happens was we get the kind of confrontation, like Toka's like, good morning, and she's like, oh shit, is this creep Tsukiyama? And I don't know what's going to happen here. Like, the possibilities are endless, you know, so to speak, about what Tsukiyama's going to do next, like what's going to happen next, because Tsukiyama's quite the talker. He's definitely like mastered the power of persuasion, not on a Lelouch level with Lelouch's Gyas. I mean, he's definitely mastered the power of persuasion 100%, but Tsukiyama, like, he can manipulate people. Like, I remember in the first part of the Tokyo Ghoul, we see him meeting Kaneki, and then Kaneki's like, he's a bit cautious of Tsukiyama, because Toka and the rest of the crowd at Anteku say, you know, this guy's the gourmet, he's a creep, ignore him at all costs. And, you know, Kaneki's a bit thinking, you know, I'm going to ignore this guy Tsukiyama. And then Tsukiyama actually comes up, you know, he's a great talker, he is such a great talker, which is like, that's a skill that's really underestimated in our society today. I feel like people don't really consider that a superpower, but like, definitely the power of persuasion is up there as one of the most best traits a human can have, like, for themselves. I'm not saying it makes you a better person, but it definitely helps you, and Tsukiyama has that mastered. So I think it would be like awesome, like, if he was able to manipulate Toka and the rest of the Anteku crowd into some crazy kind of scheme to rescue Kaneki, or at least remind him of who he is. But I don't know if that's going to happen, you know? Like, I think Toka's kind of neutral at the moment, although I think the prospects of seeing Kaneki again could entice her. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other options what Tsukiyama could be doing, but that was just the most prominent in my mind. I kind of hope we get to see Toka involved in the anime a bit more, because I love to see myself some Toka. I mean, she's a really great character in my opinion. I really like how they developed her, like she's definitely a well developed kind of Tsunade kind of character right there. Like, at the start you think this girl's a bit of a bitch, but then you kind of, I really empathise with her after, you know, hearing her story, and she's got a good reason for being and doing what she does.